Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 150. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel. I don't... What...
We're getting our credit cards.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Also Mewtwo.
Well, also joined by Brad.
His money don't jiggle, it folds.
Oh my god. Yeah. Naturally. Is it obscure bits, everyone?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Very well. Very well done. That's a fucking... There's a British guy called... I'm trying to remember his name.
Louis Theroux. So
Louis Theroux.
The fucked up thing is that clip of him... So basically there's an interview of him talking about how he tried being a rapper in his youth. And the interviewer's like, do you remember the lyrics to the rap you made? And it's like, my money don't jiggle, it folds. And that's the line that took...
I want to be clear. It's not that he tried to be a rapper in his youth. It's that he did a fucking one of his like Louis Theroux programs, and in an episode he went to go hang out with like rappers.
Oh, okay. I thought that there was a. Never mind. I misremembered the interview. See, now this is funny because...
That's an incredible interpretation of Louis Theroux.
So here's the thing.
He tried to be a rapper.
So here's the thing. This makes sense in my brain because I learned of him because of that clip going viral. And then later found out, oh, what do you mean this guy is like a documentarian that is like celebrated and beloved? Because I only learned that recently because my group of friends was like, oh, Netflix is making like a
Louis Theroux Manosphere thing.
Yeah, and we all watched it, and I was like, oh, that's the money don't jiggle guy. That was an alright documentary. I feel like for normal people who are not online, it sums things up pretty well, but like...
Yeah, for people who are actually here, it's like, okay, yeah, like, I know all this.
Yeah, it's like, yep, I got it. These people suck.
Quest voice.
Yeah, I knew all that. We're not here to talk about Louis Theroux. We're here to talk about Gridman. We got 3 more episodes for you today. I'm trying to remember what the first one is, but the second and the third one. Ah, yes, I remember the first one. So this
walking over the bridge and then tossing our shit aside and being bewildered when our friend calls us out at it.
I love Ippei does it, and we are immediately rewarded for our honing in on Naoto and like what his deal is, because Ippei does it and Naoto immediately does it in reflex, like, oh, this is what people do. He's learning. He's trying to figure out. He's trying to fit in. So yeah, we got some more Gridman to talk about. We have crossed a threshold. Yeah. With Gridman. We have ventured out of the good subs by the Lonely Chaser.
If you're like me, I saw that there's only good subs for 9 episodes and went,
you're not
why
doing
even
it?
Bother?
I see.
So I've just been watching with the ass subs the whole time.
Technically, there's been 10 subs, but you know.
Yeah, this 10th episode I had good subs for, but yeah, we have now ventured out into. I have now ventured out into the land of the Toku HD subs.
Are you surprised by how many instances of Jesus Christ and goddamn keep showing up?
Yeah.
It hasn't happened much for me yet, but this is what I hear. It's the idea that Mill Creek put these out on Blu-ray is crazy.
Yeah, Super Aya on their YouTube channel too.
Oh my god.
Or
What
as
are
I'm watching it, Subaraya on Tubi.
Yeah.
On Tubi.
Poop has it for you.
It's on. I'm gonna do it. Okay. I got beaten.
I have a Ultra and Kaiju locked to my tower.
Uh-huh. Well, do we want to talk about episode 10?
Yeah.
Sure.
It is called The Dangerous Gift, featuring the kaiju Terragaya. Crossing a bridge, Ippei throws his empty can in the river. Naoto follows his lead, and Yuka scolds them both for polluting the river. Back home, Naoto's mum scolds him and Daichi for wasting water and for generally being annoying kids. Daichi's attempts to get back in her good graces go south, but Naoto is more successful, as he is voluntarily washing up dishes. But at some point, his mum mentions that he shouldn't pour oil straight down the drain because it pollutes drinking water. Naoto remembers the river, and he experiences a new emotion in his evil heart: regret. Meanwhile, Takeshi got splashed with the water from a drinking fountain by some kids. He got mad, chased them off, and then took a drink from the fountain. The water disgusted him. Tap water is too vile for Takeshi's refined taste buds. He stockpiles bottled water, and he's just fucking mainlining microplastics.
Yeah.
He stockpiles bottled water, and then, with Khan Digifa's help, he concocts a scheme to sabotage the city's drinking water. He sends Terragaya into the water treatment plant.
50s Batman shit, right?
It's really, yeah.
This one felt a little like a stretch to me. I was like, surely there's another angle.
He does it because he doesn't drink tap water.
Mm-hmm.
He sends Terragaya into the water treatment plant and figures out a way to adjust the treatment so that there's hydrochloric acid in the water. The city is now in crisis. Naoto and Yuka stop Ippei from drinking acid just in time. The trio use junk to figure out what substance is in the water and where the problem begins: the water treatment plant. They discover Terragaya in the computer world, sabotaging the plant, and Naoto merges with Gridman to save the... he's been caught. Terragaya can use acid to burrow through the computer world, and it made a pit trap for Gridman and then cuffed his feet in place. Luckily, Ippei has been buying military otaku magazines and designing vehicles to support Gridman. He controls the Thunderjet and Yuka controls the Twin Drill. Together they free Gridman, and he is able to defeat Terragaya. Gridman repairs the damage and the water returns to normal across the city. Later, Daichi and Kana are crossing the bridge from earlier, and they spot the trio in the river fishing out trash. Yuka points out some fish swimming nearby. The end. That's the episode.
Yeah.
This episode fascinates me as a cultural artifact because it is at the exact moment in history where I feel like the obvious connecting point of the premise of the show and the episode premise of, oh, it's a show about computers. Let's maybe talk about how technology and the industrialization that's resulted as a result of our more computerized society is impacting local water supplies or the environs.
The environs.
And we're just not there yet. I don't think anyone's thinking about that.
No.
Nobody knows.
No.
Yet,
they
as we
don't
found
know
out,
it. Yeah.
In Great, because of Earth's fluid atmosphere, Ultraman can only stay active for 3 minutes. Time is running out.
Yeah. Oh, you just know that by heart now.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, it's interesting. It is once again we talked about this. It's sort of the cans in the river stuff. It is pollution, but flash forward 20 years and that's plastic, right, instead of metal.
Yeah.
And we look at in relation to like the idea that like back then they didn't know. Today we know in a crazy way that we didn't think we'd ever have to know. It's wild how much we know.
I know too much of what parts of my body have microplastics in them.
Yeah, and also the fucking companies offering like indigenous people like better deals on energy so that they can build data centers near them. It's grim out there. They're gonna ruin like the water supply.
The North Atlantic current is currently not looking so good. I saw today.
I didn't know about that.
I had another like element of despair over this recently where I read a thing that was talking about like even before the AI stuff, it takes a lot of those data centers even to like support the video streaming stuff that we've become so accustomed to. And because that kind of slid under the radar, it like enabled a lot of economic stuff and like societal stuff to pave the way for it to like people to just double down with the AI shit. And I'm like, oh, we're so fucked.
Yeah. Like, it's not like social media data centers are more economically, well, maybe to some degree, right on a curve, but, you know, it's still, like, not... It takes a lot to host these social media sites.
Yeah. Well. This episode does do one... Oh, go for it.
I was going to say, I do feel between this and the next episode, if there's one ideological stance I can give Gridman so far, it is very pro-plastic.
Well, yeah, it makes the toys they have to sell.
Yes. And that's also, true. It's the funny infinite money cards.
Yeah.
You just can't go too far with them.
Yeah.
This might be the first time that Tsuburaya has depicted, oh, we're polluting the planet. And then now I'm not saying that you can fix the planet by going and fishing stuff out of your local river. That's going to save the world. However, this might be the first time Tsuburaya has depicted like characters being like, well, we're going to positively make a change. I don't know that it's been done before. So
what you're saying is Gridman is the first pro-human, pro-social Tsuburaya series?
It might be. It's interesting. Because, you know, they tend... It always manifests as, like, you know, kaiju.
Metaphor, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there's things you can do when, like, instead of just... As a change of pace, instead of kaiju being necessarily the natural, it's like...
Yeah.
You have a villain who is, like, has plans, and the kaiju are, like, representations of that.
Uh-huh.
Which, you know... They sure... tried like for 2 seconds in Ace with the pool, but then they didn't.
I as like angle on like ways that society is reliant on technology, I think a water treatment center is like a really good one for Gridman. I think that's a really solid pick of like, hey, you just drink water from your fucking tap.
You don't gotta worry about getting something.
Yeah. It's good. I like it. We got vehicles. Yeah.
Ippei at the bookstore being like, this is my textbook.
Yeah. This is my man.
Debating putting the vehicles on the kaiju sorter.
Now, I will say... I may have been making dinner while watching the beginning of this episode. So the part where... why am I slipping on her name? Yuka. The part where Yuka is like, wow, Ippei, I didn't know you were into that stuff. And then he talks a little bit, and then he tosses his trash into the river, I thought he was tossing the book into the river at first.
I see.
Out of like embarrassment, I rewound. I was like, oh wait, no. He would be like into model kit stuff. That strikes me as true and real for this kid.
True and real. These vehicles. So there's an instantly incredibly obvious difference between the use of vehicles in this show and the use of vehicles in a previous show. When the vehicles are on the screen with like in like the set that they've built, the vehicles are on a green screen. The vehicles are so obviously not there, it's crazy.
You know what? I
fine,
bet it's trick because they've opted to have that like weird ceiling thing. Yeah, I bet they were like, fuck, well, we can't do it like we used to.
Yeah, they can't do the strings. It did just immediately sort of like jolt me out of the show for a second. I was like, oh, I've never seen that before in Super. Normally that shit's just like in the mix, like for real.
Yeah.
But, I do agree that I think as far as Takeshi motivations go, this isn't the best episode. It's not the strongest one they've had so far. I really think the strongest one we've had so far is, I only did like pretty good at cram school. starts being evil. I think that's great. I think this one's a little weaker. Who made this episode?
This episode was made by, I don't think this is our one with new people yet. Nope. This was directed by Hirochika Miraishi and then written by Yasushi Hirano. So same one as the Cram School episode, actually.
Oh, okay.
Or same director, I should say. So yeah. And also the piano episode.
I see. I do enjoy Ippei and Yuka sitting with their little gamepads, piloting these vehicles.
Yeah, they get to do stuff.
Pretty good. They do get to do stuff. We will get the better version of Ippei handing Yuka a gamepad later.
Yeah,
it's really cool in that third episode. Mel, your stuff for this episode.
Gridman suit actors Kunitoshi Endo, Teragaya suit actor Atsuya Nishimura. Apparently the controllers used in this episode are from the FM Towns Marty. Because
FM Towns Marty
was another sponsor of the show. So
the Phantom Thief Marty.
No relation.
No relation. Is there anything more we want to talk about? I think this is kind of like the one with the least to talk about this week. But
I thought this
is
one
there anything else?
was a little sparse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, in which case, we can move on to episode 11, which is called "Is My Allowance 100,000 Yen?" Featuring Metalis. Daichi is on a mission. He's been given his mum's credit card. He's been told that once he's done shopping for the things on his list, he can use the remaining balance to buy whatever he likes. His mum reckons this will be about 200 yen. She's getting one over on him. Daichi does the shopping, and when he goes to pay, the cashier discovers that the leftovers on this card is 100,000 yen. What's that in Anglo money? How much are we talking?
I'm doing the conversion.
Okay, 467 pounds sterling. Although, I guess back then,
Yeah, I'm also like, oh, fuck, you gotta... So,
yeah.
According to what I'm reading here, for all the Americans out there, in 1993... So with the conversion rate and exchange rate, This would be about 900 USD today, apparently.
It's a pretty decent allowance for a tiny child.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can buy a PS5 and then save $400 because there's no games.
Wow, yeah. You could buy a Steam Deck and nothing else.
Nothing else. Oh, I guess I'll download Wuthering Waves. No, Daichi.
No, Daichi. Oh, they had a cyberpunk crossover. Why on earth does Daichi have 100,000 yen? Well, you see, Takeshi bumped into a child and tried to get mad at them, but they ran off to their mum, and so he couldn't just start yelling. I can't remember what this has to do with money.
It's because he was at the grocery store.
It's because he was at the grocery. He was mad about...
This dude's always getting mad at the grocery store.
He's getting mad at the grocery store. He hates it there. He hates that he has to go buy groceries.
Honestly, I kind of do too. Relatable.
Hashtag relatable.
Takeshi tells Khan Digifer that money is worshipped by human beings, and Khan Digifer suggests sabotaging this relationship. They create a kaiju that adds 100,000 yen to a bunch of credit cards. Are these credit cards? I don't know.
I don't know.
They're like some kind of bank. They're talking about them like they have like a balance, like it's a debit card or something.
He gives everyone the Hathaway and Infinite credit card.
He does the Infinite Money card in Hathaway. There's also a secret second step to the plan that I'll tell you about later. Daichi and all these women who do be shopping suddenly go on a spending spree with their 100,000 yen. Specifically, Daichi starts buying stuff for Kana and her friends because he genuinely believes that this is his allowance, and he is like, yeah, I'm a G now. This is like... they meet the trio, like, mid-shopping spree, and Ippei and Yuka are in disbelief about Daichi's 100,000 yen allowance. And Naoto is like, hey Daichi, lend me some. It must be a shared allowance. We're trying to buy parts for junk, but I spent all my money on one medium pizza.
Yes.
Daichi orders around Kana and her friends to attack Naoto with the water guns they bought. Afterwards, Kana and Co. return the gifts to Daichi and tell him the vibes are really off. Daichi suddenly realizes he's missing the shopping he was supposed to do. Oh well, better spend the remainder of this card on that shopping. The trio cross paths with the funny cop who's carrying a smoking cashier's till or cash register. He puts it down far away from any people or buildings and watches from a distance as it explodes. The secret second step of the plan is this. When the balance on these cards hits 0, it will turn the whole cash register into a bomb with a countdown timer. The gang heads to junk. Naoto merges with Gridman, and he heads into the computer world to fight Metalis. Ippei and Yuka have to deploy a new vehicle called the God Tank to get past the kaiju's special reflective armor, and then Gridman destroys it with his beam. Gridman repairs the computer world just in time so that Daichi doesn't explode. Back home, Daichi tells his mum he doesn't want an allowance, as he doesn't like what money does to people. She's over the moon until all these shop owners show up at the house to demand they pay 100,000 yen worth of bills. The end.
I don't know about you two. I don't know if either of you have ever had to work a cash register. The idea that there's anything in those...
that could explode like that.
It's so funny. Like, you might as well say, like, oh, it's like, you know, your kitchen cupboard might explode. Like, it's like, what are we doing?
I mean, they did try to explode the microwave, so.
True.
Microwave?
I think a microwave is more explodable than a cash register.
I'd agree with this.
On the scale of explodability, on the what's his face scale of things that might scare me by making me die in an explosion. What's his name? In Ultra 7.
Oh, fuck.
Amagi.
The guy who's Ultraman. The guy who's been Furuya. Amagi,
yeah.
yes. On the Amagi scale of things that might explode, a microwave is higher than a cash register, but not higher than a bomb in the trunk of your car. Daichi. Daichi's the best.
Yes.
MVP of the show.
Oh my god. All I could think about was the Charlie Brown had hose tweet. The whole fucking time.
That's not true.
It's like that they turn to him, they see like nice dresses in the window, they turn to him like Daichi, and he like waves the card with a smile on his face. Is like, oh my fucking god.
It's funny how he got roped into an adventure about women be shopping.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Really did.
It's like the women be shopping montage.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
You know, which of our main cast is not going to be miserable about getting dragged around a shop with a girl in the future? Daichi. Daichi's going to be fine. He'll just be like, yeah, it's nice. The thing here of like, specifically Kana and Ko are like, this is like weird. I don't like this. This is like, as much as it was kind of fun, this is like you're like getting kind of odd. Don't like it.
Yeah.
Which it's like, I think it's a pretty good like undercutting of Daichi's like big spending spree, where he's just like, he thinks he can do whatever he likes because he's got money. And it turns out that actually your most valuable thing in the world is your friends, and also the girl who doesn't like you anyway. Who keeps being mean to you. What is going on in this episode?
I love the cash register bombs.
Yes.
I forgot about this.
The thing coming up instead of a price, it just says bomb.
This show is all about devices being turned into bombs that have timers or like any sort of like money like number screen on them.
Yeah.
So that it can be leveraged as a countdown. Actually, this has happened twice now.
What's another device that displays numbers that isn't usually a bomb?
A calculator.
A calculator. Oh, we need calculator bomb. That would be good.
Clock.
Maybe an alarm clock, a digital watch.
I mean, that's great because the alarm has to go off at the end. You get the same thing with the microwave where it pings and everything's fine. They stop the kaiju and then the alarm goes off, and whoever it is, Daichi wakes up, and he's fine. Yeah, this is good. This is good picks.
Yeah, I remember the show got wild with its episodic plots at some point, but I didn't remember how wild. But it's good.
Yeah, Gridman's just vibe is great in terms of just how its choice of plots are so like kind of stupid it's just fun.
It's really funny how like tonally different it is from the anime.
Yes, the anime is very taking things seriously, even while it's Trigger not taking anything seriously.
Like this show would not have the churro scene. It'd be a lot more like bombastic with it.
It would be a goofy churro scene rather than a kind of funny, like low-key churro scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one. I should watch Dinosaur. some point.
It's a good
I mean,
time.
we will at some point in like 5 years or something.
I might watch it before then. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, you know, Brad did, so you know. It's
I
not like
did.
you're holding this to you, so.
I still need to see that fucking movie. We never watched that, me and my friends.
Right. I don't know what happens in that movie, but I have seen the Rika eating gravel post so many times, and I'm like, I wonder what this could possibly mean.
I actually thought you'd seen Dinosaur, to be honest.
No.
Okay.
No, I've never seen an episode. I just know the churro eating scene.
A classic. One of the best scenes in anime history, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah. New vehicle, the God Tank. So we now have 3. The jet is like kind of standard jet. I like the twin drill one, but it doesn't really use the twin drills for like drilling. It uses them to fire lasers, and I found that slightly disappointing.
Yeah, that is weird. I did go like, why is it a drill then?
Yeah, I'm like, you should please.
And the answer is probably it's just hard to do that.
It's hard to do that when you've got 2 drills.
Yeah.
On your
no, just like with the props in like the miniature set.
Oh, I see. I'm like you're the people that started making TV based on the fact that you liked the mole in Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
You kept putting the mole in your show. Please do the mole again. I wouldn't be surprised if these were. Let me have a look at this. The twin drill. Let me have a look at the Gridman twin drill.
Yeah.
We've had this before.
I probably would put these guys in the Kaiju ranking just because, you know.
Just because.
I have to like spoilers for the next episode. I have to like consider. Oh yeah, is a thing a different entry when it's combined to form of multiple things?
I would say the thing in the
yes.
next episode is I would more have assumed that you would put on the Kaiju sorter.
I mean,
yeah.
it's like that one is obviously going on, so you know. Just things.
These twin drills are not just toy moles strapped together. So Super Aya have moved on.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's a Takara Tommy. No, there's a Takara thing mostly.
Oh yeah.
Because you know they're doing the toy designs.
That's true. If it was Super
Which
Aya,
I'll
it
get
would
toward
be
you in
2
the
moles.
next episode.
Oh, I see. Once again, I think Takeshi's motivation is slightly strange in this episode. He just kind of bumps into a child and gets mad at money. I feel like you could have done much better than this. I feel like it would be very easy to concoct a situation where he gets mad.
I think it's funny that
being
he's like,
motivated by
how
money.
dare this mother get in between me bullying her child?
There's no one who speaks German can be evil voice. There's never been a reason people have been mad or upset at the existence of credit cards.
Yeah. Although Mel, you have now pointed out, yes, he is mad about the mother angle. How does he feel about he does not get on with his mother. He's displacing,
And as everyone knows,
resentment of
women
his
be
mother.
shopping. Therefore, to get back at his mother, he has to attack the institution of shopping.
There we go. We've made the connection finally. Thank you for leading us there. There was the deep analysis that Gridman requires.
This is the only podcast where we get these kind of deep analysis of Gridman.
Exactly.
Who else is even watching the show? Well, you know, probably more people are watching this show than the Ultraman kids, but you know.
That's true. Naoto's arc in this episode is really funny. Because the gang are just trying to get money together to buy parts for junk, and Naoto is just like, I spent so much money on one pizza.
Yeah, it's a good scene where Ippei and Yuka independently decide, oh yeah, we're gonna buy parts, we're gonna pool our allowances together for junk. It's okay. I was gonna buy a game, but I can buy that later. And then Naoto's like, and then Ippei's like, this piece is good, by the way.
So, hey, it better be. You better like that pizza.
I also like how Naoto calls his mom on the payphone to have her decide. And she's like,
yeah. He's like, surely you can't have given all this money just to Daichi. Surely. This is crazy.
And then both his mom and his friends are like, how dare you take... I know you're broke, but how dare you take money from your brother?
While he's got 100,000 yen. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Just like that very good, like, simple, like some of the, you know, the mum doesn't know that it's 100,000 yen, and he's like, but come on, surely you can't have given him all that allowance. Surely you can share it with me. And so you think about it from her perspective, he's asking to share like 200 yen.
Also, it needs to be
Fucking
said
nothing.
that like this allowance plot starts with like Daichi and their dad doing picket signs, protest in their living room to ask for more money.
Yes.
From the mom.
Yes.
This show is funny because it is operating in two modes compared to what we're used to, where it simultaneously feels more mundane and down to earth in some aspects than all of the like people in huge sci-fi rooms investigating monster mysteries plots, but then also just gets wacky with it in the way like it's obviously
It's
aimed
like
a little bit more
it's
for
like
kids.
it's like real people living their real lives, except they live in a cartoon town.
Yes.
Which also
This
makes
is,
the contrast with the anime being a lot more serious even funnier.
This is now thinking about again the Tsuburaya Toei split, where it's like Toei is cartoon people, whereas Tsuburaya is more down to earth people. This is like a Tsuburaya show drifting into Toei, the Toei region of characterization.
Yeah.
Or not characterization, but plots.
Yeah. Like, I guess there's a degree to which it's like, oh yeah, this is what a Stentai plot is like. Like, the
Yes.
kaiju causes a problem in the town and they solve it.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, there's someone who turned all of the flowers into bombs. Oh no, it's the bomb guy that was sent specifically by the villains.
Yeah.
And then the villains in the cave room were like, aha, the bomb guy will beat the Sentai today.
Yeah. And then he doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And the villains are like, I can't believe it. Who made this episode?
This episode was made by at least one guy who is new. So yeah, directed by Kazuo Konaka, and then written by Hiroyuki Kawasaki. Kawasaki. Oh, what were you saying?
Go on.
Kawasaki is not new. Kawasaki wrote the piano episode. And then director was Kazuya Konaka, who is someone who is going to, I believe both our new people are actually going to be with us with Tsuburaya for some time. Before I go to the bio, were you going to say something, Mel, or is it?
Yeah, is this Chiaki's brother?
No, I believe this is it? I don't think so. Let me double check.
Because I think I saw that like when doing the Great thing that like his brother did work on some script stuff with him, but I also don't know.
Well, this is a director.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, his younger brother of Chiaki. Okay.
There we go.
That was not as forefronted as I thought it would be in my research. Okay, well that is good to know. But yeah, he was inspired to make movies after seeing Nobuhiko Obayashi's film House, or as Mel loves to hear it referred to as, Houseu.
Oh, that movie. I didn't know what movie you meant when you said house.
Yeah, it was really important that you clarified that it's called Houseu.
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't know it was the movie House.
Yep.
Wow, I can't believe he
Japan.
liked House MD, starring Hugh Laurie.
Housu MD.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Hugh Laurie should be cancelled because he's constantly popping up in the fucking Harry Potter audiobook ads.
Oh yes,
Because he's Dumbledore.
God, is he? Fuck it, Hugh. He's already big anyway.
He's also Stuart Little's dad. Anyway, continue.
That's true.
Shouts to that meme that's just a picture of Stuart Little and it just says an impact font. Anytime I get mad, I just print out this picture of Stuart Little and yell at him. Underappreciated meme. Was a fan of House. This firmly places him within a wave of film creators who are often referred to as Obayashi's children. Funnily enough, when he was in high school, he befriended Makoto Tezuka, the son of famed mangaka Osamu Tezuka, who in turn introduced him to Chizuru Obayashi, Nobuhiko's daughter, who he would befriend and would eventually invite him to an early screening of Obayashi's next film, The Transfer Student. He participated in the planning stages for Ultraman Great, though the version he worked on was abandoned in favor of the show as it currently exists.
Damn. All right. Mel.
Gridman suit actor is Kunitoshi Endo. Metalis suit actor Toshio Miyake. Apparently the horns were originally made out of fiberglass reinforced plastic, but because they ended up being too sharp and causing injuries to the stunt actors, they had to be remade with softer material.
Ouch.
Yes, obviously. Oh my fucking god.
Every Subaraya show is Omolas, apparently.
All the time. They're always trying to kill someone.
They're like, well, yeah, this is how you. They're going hardcore Catholicism, like they're like the self-flagellating guys.
Yeah.
Except they make their workers do that instead of actually doing it themselves.
Sounds like the Catholic Church.
Exactly.
Real.
It's crazy the Pope is better on imperialism than people expect. That is kind of one of the funnier twists of having the American Pope.
I'm not gonna give it to him, but it is true.
Yeah, there's only so much you can give him credit, but it is like grading on a curve. The American Pope is way better on this stuff than you expect.
Oh, okay, that is quite funny. He's the American Pope, and yes.
Because he has access to those Chicago dogs, unlike those whatever the fuck dogs were in this episode of Gridman. The
special
episode
dogs.
of Gridman. The special dog with the leaves in them.
Yeah.
They call it Where the Special Dog and Me.
Yeah. Was that your trivia?
Yeah.
All right. What else is there to say about this episode? Is there anything else to say about this episode other than it's
This
funny?
might have been my favorite. Just because Daichi really pulled it through.
Yeah. It's holding the whole show together. Best character in Gridman.
Yeah.
Finally, Return of Ultraman Kid has competition.
It's like
12.
the sexist child versus the more woke child.
Yeah. Episode 12. Beware of the Phantom Thief Marty. Featuring Magna Gauss. A villainous rogue has been breaking into people's homes, stealing nothing, and leaving his calling card. A talking teddy bear announcing that Phantom Thief Marty sends his regards. Ippei's parents are targeted, and immediately afterwards a home security salesman arrives and starts trying to get them to sign up with Cat's Eye Security. He bribes the parents by giving Kana a transforming robot toy. Ippei is mad that his soccer ball has been stolen, and this salesman says, no, you must be mistaken. I never... Phantom Thief Marty never steals anything. Meanwhile, Kana looks shifty and gives the robot toy to Ippei, and you see a light bulb go off above his head. Meanwhile, the Phantom Thief Marty has two unlucky incidents. The first, he tries to do his thing at Takeshi's place, and Khan Digifer zaps him. Takeshi wants revenge against the man who tried to invade his home. And the second incident, Marty gets actually nabbed. He gets caught in a net that the trio placed earlier. They find him and drag him to a playground to interrogate him. In particular, Ippei would like to know where his signed soccer ball is. Marty insists he has no idea about the soccer ball. He genuinely never steals anything, and it's all just a ploy to convince people to buy home security from him. The gang are going to take him to the police, but the Cat's Eye security system in Yuka's home goes haywire, knocking out her older brother and locking him and her mother inside. This is Takeshi's revenge against Cat's Eye. The trio realize this must be the work of Khan Digifer, and they head to Junk. Naoto merges with Gridman and heads into the computer world and finds the kaiju Magnigaus. Meanwhile, the salesman tries to hack the Cat's Eye security on Yuka's home to redeem himself and rescue the people trapped inside. He's like, I'll hack this system, or my name isn't Phantom Thief Marty. And Yuka's dad and the funny cop are stood right behind him. And we cut away and then cut back, and Yuka's dad is holding back the cop trying to arrest him.
Yes.
Back in the computer world, Gridman's having major issues, and Ippei has an idea. Inspired by the transforming toy, he and Yuka adjust their 3 support vehicles so they can combine into a giant robot. Ippei hands Yuka a joystick and she pilots the God Zenon. God Zenon is able to destroy Magnigaus's weapons before Junk gets... Okay, let me try that one again. God Zenon is able to destroy Magnigaus's weapons, and then Junk is damaged, and so Gridman has to finish off the kaiju. At Yuka's place, Marty manages to break in, and they all confirm that Yuka's annoying brother is going to be okay, it's just a concussion. The cop and the salesman realize what has to be done. Phantom Thief Marty is arrested. Later, Yuka tells the gang that Marty's getting off light because of his good deed, and Ippei chases Kana around because he finally figured out it was her who stole his signed soccer ball and gave it away to a friend. The narrator is like, kids, the best security system is trusting each other. The end. Thank you, narrator.
Thank you, narrator.
Those wise words. We got an episode about the suburban paranoia. About the fucking the expensive home security systems.
Yeah.
It's
suburban mistrust as endemic.
Now, the mistrust is not necessarily vilified, because there is someone going around breaking into everywhere, and he does need to be arrested and stopped. And he's the one creating the paranoia.
Yeah.
The element in the episode is that he's creating paranoia in order to sell home security. That's the thing in the episode.
Yeah.
That's where the episode gets its commentary. The other thing in this episode is that this guy's fucking goofy, like all the guys in Gridman.
It's pretty silly.
Yeah. I really like.
I do like that they just immediately. They they reveal who he is immediately. It isn't a mystery dwelled on very much.
Yes. They catch him immediately. They put a net above Naoto's door, and the trio are just they're sat by Junk playing cards, and they're like, "Oh, we got him. Nice, let's go." They're just fucking. They're too good at this.
The entire time it takes for him to ride their bikes over, he's just sitting there in shame. People are probably on the street what's going on with that dude?
Yeah. They take him to the playground, and he's like, yes, you guys are pretty good. He's trying to be
They're
epic.
kids playing around them. It's so funny.
It's great. I just really love this Phantom Thief guy. and his like dramatic like I'm gonna save the day or I'm not Phantom Thief Marty, and the cop and the dad just like wrestling in the background like no, he has to save my wife and son. Yeah, you can't arrest him yet.
It's good.
And we get the cop gets a dramatic scene because he gets the scene where him and the Phantom Thief connect over the fact that like this is their fate is to be opposed to each other. They can't be comrades.
This cop is. I'm so happy he's a recurring guy.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
great.
Eventually, I'll remember his name. It's like Matsunoto or something.
It's like Kakadam or something.
Okay. Well, I was like 8 million light years off.
Actually, more like 30 million light years.
More like 30 million light years. I could not have made it into that house because I could not find Mother.
Correction, Hausu.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Maybe if you waited at least like 20 minutes longer, you could have found her though.
Like, yeah, if I'd waited, like if I'd had like one more episode, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this episode.
This is good.
It's a good
I
one.
like this stupid guy. He's like his good like salesman bit with like when he's actually selling Ippei's parents security, I think is like really good, just like fast talking salesman shit.
He goes within like 3 minutes, like the span of time. He goes from like, oh, it's just everyone needs one of these because like you never know who could break in. That guy doesn't steal anything, but the next guy might. What if he terrified your wife? And he gets up all of his wife's face, and then his kids walk in, and immediately he ropes in the kids and is like, oh, here's a toy. I don't give just anyone toys. Usually you have to pay before I give you toys.
Yeah.
It's like we've all met a sales guy like this, unfortunately.
In 20 years, 30 years or so, more from this episode airing, we will get is it the Blazer episode or the Arc episode about the virtuous salesman?
Yes, that was the Blazer, I think, insurance guy.
Yeah, who's selling kaiju damage insurance. So yeah, clearly, I don't know when that becomes a somewhat charming archetype, but clearly it's not in either in this time period or just in this show. Because I don't know, we haven't seen a guy like this in any of these shows yet, but then again, they don't do that kind of thing really.
Yeah.
But
I
wonder when it enters the consciousness.
I think that not having the team capital T has opened up a lot of time and flexibility for them to be able to branch out a little bit more than they used to, and I like it a lot. You don't have to go back to that set that like you probably want to get your money out of. You don't have to have like the investigation so much. Like you can kind of let the premise come more towards to the characters in a way that I think is giving them just a little bit more breathing room and flexibility in a way I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Like by not having to be an Ultraman show, they can do other things.
Yeah.
The one thing they can't do with that is they can't do Dan Moriboshi sadly alone in the base all by himself in the dark playing with a ruler. But otherwise, yes, I do agree. But it will be interesting to see what Tiga does, because I assume Tiga has a team.
I would assume so, because it has the Ultraman brand on it, and that comes with expectations.
that comes with the team. This giant robot.
Yep.
How we feel about the giant robot?
That's all right.
He's cool.
It's weird. I think the most hyped I got about the giant robot was literally just like the very basic act of instead of having the little game pads, Ippei hands Yuka the big joystick.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's the best part of the big robot. And then I think the robot itself is like, yeah, it's a robot. We've had better robots. We have
had better robots.
We've had a lot of really good robots on this show.
Are they from like past shows or future shows?
Both. We've had Earth Garon, and we've had like King Joe.
We had Give Ass.
Yeah. We had Give Ass.
Which means friend.
Give Ass was a really cool robot.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, Mel?
It means friend.
It does mean friend.
But
only on a Tuesday.
Fucking stupid twist.
Who up giving the asses?
Not the pilot of Give Ass, who was dead.
No. There's a given ass in a better place now. So the Ippei and Yuka continue to be like way more useful than any science team Ultra Guard that we've had. I do appreciate them getting something to do with the vehicle robot stuff.
Mm-hmm. I would also say just generally there's more variety in terms of what they're able to do, because often these fights are like interesting.
Yeah,
they're not just fights. I still kind of skip them in the summary, but like they're not just fights. They have shit going on in them. There are stakes. And I can I'll go for it.
I weirdly feel like the fact that they're not in the computer world with him and they're outside does make them have to think about a little bit more how exactly they're involved and engaged, because like then there's this whole added element of like there's some distance there, and like maybe they're not always by the computer, and it feels like they're maybe thinking about what role those two are playing because of that added distance in a way that sometimes when everyone gets in the cockpits in the old shows, it feels like we're going into the plot abyss a little bit, right?
Right.
The plot abyss.
Like they have to be more intentional about how are these two supporting the hero? Like what are they contributing?
I'd say that's true. I'd say that's true. Who made this episode?
I just closed the book. I opened right to the page. I'm skilled. This was directed by Kazuya Konaka again, and then written by a new writer. I don't know why he said that like the Smash Brothers announcer when someone gets a new record. This was written by Masakazu Megida, who is the son of a sign maker and illustrator. Originally, he wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps, and he wanted to enter the manga industry and continue illustrating. But then he saw a little film called Jaws, as well as various Bruce Lee movies that were unnamed. And he got interested in saying, maybe this film thing is where it's at, actually. And then he read an interview with one Francis Ford Coppola, where he said, if you want to become a director, you must first study screenwriting. which caused him to enroll in the Shochiku Screenwriting Institute in Tokyo, which was a big move for him. And through that, he would end up joining a theater company and working there for a little bit. And he served various roles. Apparently, he had a really great time. He was an actor. He wrote some plays. He was a producer on other people's plays. But, you know, working for a small theater company don't pay well. So he decided, you know, as like a supplemental income thing on the side, I can also work as a journalist. What type of journalist, you may ask? Well, he found his niche, which was breaking into the very entertaining, and I'm surprised probably not already taken by the sound of it, niche of what if you were a theme park reviewer?
Oh my god. He's going to the fucking Galactic Star Cruiser and having a bad time.
Well, let me tell you, he was apparently pretty good at it, and he got paid to go to theme parks, both domestic and international, to report back on his findings. On one assignment, he traveled to Arao City to go see what was up with Ultraman Land, a theme park that closed in 2013.
I see.
During this visit, he met none other than Noboru Tsuburaya himself. And they developed a sort of a rapport. And through that back and forth, Megita began to pitch projects and creative ideas to Tsuburaya directly. Many of them were inspired by Shinichi Ichikawa, who he looked up to as a writer. This relationship was positive enough that even though none of those ideas were really taken up, Megita was asked by Noboru himself when Gridman started production to work officially at Tsuburaya, and then he would stick around for future Ultraman projects as well.
Nice.
Okay. If you know a guy.
This guy's life fucking rules.
Yeah.
Okay. yeah. I've been paid to come to Ultraman Land to review it, and I've just kind of befriended the guy who owns Ultraman.
And now I'm working on it. Yeah, like ridiculous.
Nice. Wow.
There's just something so funny to me, and like, I mean, this is just how life works. But to have it so explicit of like, this guy read a magazine interview with like Coppola that was probably like translated, and just like this changed the trajectory of my life. I'm going to college here now. Like, wild.
It's specifically to me, it's so funny because it's like those like pithy like artist quotes are always full of shit. You never have to believe a word they say about fucking anything.
How's this episode compared
anyway.
to Megalopolis?
Well, go back to the club.
Entitles me.
Yes. Yes.
That movie is
yes. Adam Driver's so cool.
Do you know the thing about how if you try to show him any scene that he's acted in, he gets viscerally upset and like gets angry?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I respect it. Honestly, I would probably be that way too. I don't think I'd be able to deal with
ever.
it. No, I can't look. I can't. Brad Moore. Now, there's also maybe extenuating circumstances for this. I cannot look at childhood photos or like home movies or anything. I can't deal with it.
Okay.
I hate it.
Yeah.
There's more family reasons for that, but also like I do think there's part of me that's just like I don't want to perceive my past self in that way. Shouts to Adam Driver.
Yeah.
I always in my head get him bamboozled with the cyberpunk guy.
Wait.
Adam Smasher.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought it was like, what, Keanu Reeves?
No. That'd be a very different Kylo Ren, let me tell you.
People keep asking me. Is there... Oh, did we do Mel?
No.
Your trivia. You said you had a rabbit hole for this one.
Yeah, Yuka's brother, who Ultra Wiki calls Yoshihiro, but the sub's called Ryoji.
Okay.
Whatever. Is played by Masakazu Arai. Gridman suit actor is once again Kunitoshi Endo. Magnagaus suit actor Atsuya Nishimura. It was originally going to have longer forelimbs, but this was changed since it ended up being impractical during the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Now for our new friend, God Zenon.
New friend?
Suit actor Hiroyuki Okano.
What do you mean? It's a robot.
Yeah.
It's remote control. There's a guy in there?
Yeah. Sorry.
Damn.
Robot
Dreams
Wars
ruined.
fans in shambles.
Robot.
Also, Santa's your dad.
What was that? Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'll hear that joke in the edit.
Yeah. Anyway, there's kind of like 2 design credits kind of here. The designer seems to be Masakatsu Saito, who has been a mechanical designer at Takara since 1982, and so was involved with the Transformers line during its origins in the 80s, as well as some of its predecessors.
Yeah, that tracks.
He would continue to work on the franchise until 2010 with the Bayformers Dark of the Moon, and then he retired for health reasons. He also did some work on Denbine in the Brave series, apparently.
Wow.
Saito's design on God Zenon was apparently based on the instructions of the toy designer for Gridman, Matoki Takaya, who was another long-running toy and mecha designer for the company who joined Takara in 1988. And he was a fan of Diaclone, who would eventually go on to work on it directly with the 2016 revival. And he also worked on Cybercop, Armor Police, Metal Jack, and even a few Transformers, though he's only involved with the franchise briefly. According to Saito, God Zedon's head was intentionally based off of Optimus Prime, per Takaya's instructions.
Well, yes.
In response, he more or less responded to Takaya, "Wait, are you sure? Is that okay?" And Takaya's like, yes, it's fine. On that note, the transforming toy used by Ippei as inspiration is a self-mod on Jumbo Saber, which is one of the robots from Doug Arn, the 3rd Brave series.
I see.
Here's him.
I can see it.
Oh, there we go.
And also here's him transformed into, an Airbus.
Man, I should watch Brave.
Yeah. The eye holes for Zenon's suit are in his forehead, which is apparently a common technique used by combiner robots from the Super Sentai series at this time. Mm-hmm. The Ultra Wiki notes that the Gutai sequence for God Zenon resembles that of the sequence from 1987 Sakari Sentai Mask Man, specifically the mecha for Great 5. The mecha known as the Great 5. Here you go, you can watch that.
Okay, I'll have this on in the background.
And then, meanwhile, the body itself was made from urethane material. And yeah. This adds context to me seeing people go like, oh man, there's so many references to Transformers in the Gridman character designs in the anime.
And okay.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck does Transformers have to do with Gridman?
Yeah.
I know. A lot.
Now you know. Yeah. I do like that. Are you sure? Are you sure I can do that?
Yeah. He was like, told specifically, yes, make it like Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a thing that creatives probably... I feel like that probably comes up a lot more often than is publicly known.
Yeah.
Of like, just do it like that. This other thing.
In like this case, it's like literally like guys who work on Transformers being like, well, this is our company, so.
Mel, what year is Mask Man?
87.
I was gonna say, there's something so sad about the fact that Power Rangers specifically started like I don't know, like in the era when these shows kind of stopped being like proper like super robot anime shows.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hit or miss. I don't know to what degree like there's still some robot stuff in like shows, like I've seen Mecha Ranger and that has like some robot stuff, but maybe not to the same degree.
Okay. Yeah. It's just interesting that like I never thought of like the robot as being like really like mecha adjacent. I always kind of filed it off as like, oh, you know, like a distinct thing. Sentai has its own thing, and then I watched like a few episodes of Bioman, and I was like, oh, I'm watching Voltes 5. I'm watching a super robot anime. This is just where it all went in the 80s.
I think definitely for sure Jetman has that stuff. And then, of course, Power Rangers is the show after Jetman. So
I see.
But also, it might be like, I don't know to what degree Power Rangers just is not doing that in the same way.
Yes.
Just using the same, even if it's using the same footage. But
well, this is true. They might de-emphasize it because they're like, kids don't know about this shit.
Yeah, like kids like the Zords, but they don't understand mecha.
This isn't like there's not a lineage here. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Is there any last thing we want to say about this third episode?
Yeah, it's a fun one. I like the teddy bear calling cards.
It's really good. It's a
good one. It's a pretty good bit. All right. That might be Gridman. Mel, do you have any color timers?
Episode 10, it's Gridman small for 6 seconds and big for 6 minutes 45 seconds for a total of 6 minutes 51 seconds. Episode 11, small for 14 seconds, big for 4 minutes 41 seconds, small for a total of 4 minutes 55 seconds. I might eventually just merge these together because it's kind of getting kind of stupid. Episode 12, small for 12 seconds, big for 6 minutes 12 seconds, and then for a total of 6 minutes 24 seconds. Also, I don't know, maybe this counts as capsule countdown, but it God's End on 2 minutes 21 seconds. I just counted the transformation time within it because I was like, that'd be annoying to try and bifurcate.
Yeah. You mentioned how long Naoto is Gridman in these episodes, and I'm like, you know, that's long. That's quite a long time. But again, this is, as Brad was saying, the sort of like the fact that our like two of our heroes are at a distance and like can't go into the computer world, and so they're out here. It means that like having Naoto siloed off into a fight does not actually mean that the episode can't do anything.
Yeah. It also means we see less of his acting.
It also means we see less of his acting.
That scream will stay with me forever. It's so despite being younger, Daichi is not the coughing baby between the two members in this show.
No, he's doing a much better job. It might be easier to. I don't know. It might just be like much more obvious that when you're the age of like a Naoto. Anyway, whatever it is, it's tragic. Flash! Access Flash! He doesn't say it. Every time he says it, I'm like, oh, will he manage it with impact this time? Never.
No.
Never. It's crazy.
We're getting a G call.
That's Gridman for this week. Join us after the break. Baby Dan Dan. Join us after this short musical break. Baby Dan Dan. We will be talking about, this can't be the new, thank you for your email. We'll be talking about anything else.
I would get Baby Dan Dan in like a not Gridman season.
That's true. We gotta get our Baby Dan Dans in now.
I'm gonna go hit my eye with tap water because this allergy thing's still hitting me, but then I'm gonna be mad and then put like microplastics in my eye with this bottled water, which is more pristine for my refined taste. I'll be right back.
Don Don.
Did you get a chance to try Armies of Mexico?
I should get a chance to try Armies of Mexico.
I can't believe we just stayed on the call for an additional hour last week.
Yeah, Mel, we...
Wait, what?
Last week, me and Mel stayed on the call for an additional hour just talking about Mel's increasing RTS quest. I don't know how we got to it. We got to it via Pokemon somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I left for... I had to skedaddle.
Yeah, you left immediately. We were just on the call for another hour. I don't know why.
Mel introduced me to a game called Armies of Exego, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. And it was the most just Warcraft 3 clone that any game has ever been. And now Mel is on a quest to play Armies of Exego.
Well, it's on his now. You can go get it.
Yeah.
That's all on. Let me take it.
Yeah.
Super Mario World, the definitive edition. I'll be the judge of that.
I'm pretty sure they called that Mario Advance 2.
Oh yeah, it's definitive because they add the shitty voice clips when he jumps.
Just what I needed!
Now, this is the version of Super Mario Bros. 2 I grew up with.
Red, do you know the numbering of the Super
neutralized.
Mario Advance series?
No.
Yeah, so Super Mario Advance is a series of ports of it's a series of ports of basically the Super Nintendo Mario games, though some of them are Super Nintendo ports of NES games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me just see. I'm trying to find the correct. Yeah.
It's Mario. It's Mario 3, Mario World.
No,
Yoshi's.
hold on. Yeah, hold on. It's Yeah, okay, there it is. Super Mario Advance is the first entry. Do you want to know what game it is?
What game is Super Mario Advance?
Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, Super Mario Advance 2, what game is it?
I'm not gonna guess.
No,
I think
guess.
it might be stupid.
Yeah.
Is it 1?
No.
Okay.
They did one on the GPA along with Lost Levels.
Okay.
There's Super Mario World.
Okay.
Super Mario Advance 3, what do you think that is?
3?
Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Okay.
And then Super Mario Advance 4 is Super Mario Bros. 3.
I have a core memory of Super Mario Brothers 4 or Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
Because Mario 3, probably my favorite childhood Mario game. And when they came out with the Game Boy Advance version, I was super excited. And, played, beat it, loved it, and, was just in the rotation of Game Boy Advance games I would, bring with me as a kid and stuff. And I remember we were on a road trip, and it just stopped working. And, every time I put it in, it would just, give me a message this game card is corrupted. And, it just stopped working, and I just remember being devastated. It was the first time anything like that had, it was the first time a game I owned had just stopped working. And it killed me. Yeah. But yeah, as part of the porting process, they just inserted really shitty, crunchy voice clips from the Nintendo 64 Mario games.
Okay.
Every time you jump or got a power up or anything. A Link to the Past also did this by adding in child Link noises from Ocarina of Time every time you slashed or got hit or anything.
Weird.
And it sounds terrible because it's the Game Boy Advance sound chip.
Well, yes.
Am I misremembering that Link is voiced by Gilgamesh?
I don't know.
I would have to look this up. Link voiced by Gilgamesh.
It could be a different hot-blooded mecha guy, but
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're here to talk about anything else. Now, as you all know, this has been the weekend of video games. And so in honor of the weekend of video games of Jeff Keighley, I played a game that wasn't on any of those shows. This morning I played the demo of Veritas Tales, Witch of the Dark Tower.
Tell me about it. I'm excited about this one.
It's fucking cool. The words sword and sorcery have been said so many times in this game. Veritas Tales, Witch in the Dark Tower is a game book video game. There's just been one guy plugging away at it for like 6 years who's like a vanillaware guy.
Ooh.
It's in the style of like... he makes a very specific... When in an interview, he made a very specific reference to one I wasn't familiar with. My touchstone for this is like Fighting Fantasy, is like the Steve Jackson sorcery books. I had those when I was a kid. So these are like choose your own adventure books, but with RPG mechanics. So like you roll dice, you have an inventory, you have hit points, and there are spells you can cast. Specifically in the sorcery books, you pick between being a fighter or a wizard at the start of the book. And if you're a wizard, the book tells you, hey, go to the back of the book and learn all the spells in the back of the book, and then you're not allowed to check the back of the book again. You have to just remember all those spells yourself. If you don't remember them, then that means you don't remember the spell right. And obviously you cheat because...
do you remember the game book that was referenced out of curiosity?
Let me check to see if it's in whether I left that post with the link in my saved posts on Blue Sky. I don't see it. I don't remember. Sorry.
Damn.
You should be able to find it. There was an interview. You mentioned it.
There was one that it wasn't Fighting Fantasy. I wish I could remember, but there was a series of, it was planned to be like 12 Fabled Lands. I think that was it. Yeah, okay. Fabled Lands. But it was supposed to be, what if we made 12 interconnected game books that each were like different regions of a world, and then I think the final two were going to be like Heaven and Hell. And then only 7 came out.
Damn.
But like, it's cool because you can play it, and 7 is still plenty big. But then you'll get to like certain parts where it's like, descend to the tunnels of the underworld. Go to page 4 on book 10, and I'm like, there is no
book 10. Yeah. Boss. And then I hate to break it to you. There is no book 10.
I think there was an effort to try to revive it as like apps, and then they just didn't sell well enough to continue justifying it.
Well, this is what the sorcery books are now. You can just buy the collection on Steam of the sorcery books, which I'm like, I bet the thing they've done with sorcery on Steam is they've taken it more in the direction of video game,
probably.
Whereas Veritas Tales, The Witch in the Dark Tower, is very specific. The UI is like your character sheet is a sheet of paper, and there's a little pencil at the bottom of your screen, and anytime a number changes, the pencil picks up, erases the number, and writes in the new number. It's good shit. And specifically, I referenced the thing that happened where you pick between the fighter and the wizard at the start of the sorcery books, because the very first thing this demo did was like, hey, are you going to be the warrior or are you going to be the mage? And I was like, hell yeah, let's go. It's like a pretty compelling little adventure so far. It's only like an hour little demo. There is you have a reason to come to find someone in this city, and it turns out that there's a catastrophe that's befallen this city and befallen like the royal family, and it's like a pretty solid setup. I think I had a pretty good time. I think the art is really cool. I was there's like a lot more voice acting in it than I thought there would be. I am value neutral on this. I don't know whether I think that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think the numbers are crunchy in like that really mean way that a game like this can be. My little time of the demo, I was like, I'm spending way too much of my resources to not die. I'm fucking screwed.
This is OSR to me.
Yeah. It's good. I took like one hit from like the first fight from a golem and lost like I had like 20 something hit points and I was down to like 6 hit points. And I was like, hang on, hang on just a second.
Let's go.
I liked it. I didn't get much of it. It was only an hour. But I liked what I saw. I think there's a very cool vibe. I think the setting has, just from like little details, little touches of it, the things that distinguish it from like generic like anime fantasy, I think are cool. I definitely, there's a couple of times they drop the word sword. It's, the narrator said, this is truly a world of sword and sorcery. And I definitely see it. I definitely see the influence. So I had a good time with the demo of Tales of Veritas. Also, the final image of the demo is maybe the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Let me show you the image you need to send to your friends to tell them to hop on the Witch of the Dark Castle.
Let's go!
It's so good.
This is amazing.
This is the last scene of the demo. Is I interrupt thieves robbing a guy. And the image that shows up is one of them handing the battered book Witch of the Dark Castle to the player. The vibe is impeccable. I really, this game is coming out soon. It's in the summer or something, I think.
Oh, that's great. Cool.
Let me have a look. Veritas Tales, Witch of the Dark Castle, coming soon. Oh, it doesn't say when. I thought there was a release date. I might be making that up. Let me have a look. They might have been talking about a demo.
Shoutouts to everything coming out near my birthday because everyone is terrified of competing with Grand Theft Auto this year. It's
very funny.
Yeah.
As one does.
As one does. It's labeled as 2026, but I thought I saw a release date for this game, but no one is saying it anymore.
If it's not on the Steam page, I have a feeling it's not.
Okay, then I don't know release date. Oh no, hang on. Okay, release date trailer. Let me what? July 9th.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. I knew I wasn't going mad. Yeah, that's what I did. I played something that was an hour long, and now I have something to talk about on the podcast.
I haven't played any video games, but as this is related to the summer stuff. I don't. Did either of you watch the Day of the Devs thing? That was after the main.
I did.
Okay. Did you have any interest in that Ithaca game?
I thought that game looked interesting.
I may have been accepted for the playtest and have 2 invites if you, if either of you want them.
I need to look up what the Ithaca game even is.
Ithaca is a story game about a lawyer who has been campaigning against it's a
environmental lawyer.
An environmental lawyer taking cases against big corporations, goes to a meeting and like opens the trunk of her car and finds like a CEO of like a corporation that she's been clashing with, like tied up in her trunk. She didn't put him there. And then it's a story game, like her like trying to figure out what the hell is going on as she goes driving around and like chatting
to specifically meet up with some quote unquote friends, I believe, as well. So
the quote unquote friends.
The quote unquote friends.
I'm very interested. I can't wait to dive in. But yeah, if either of you two wanted an invite to that,
what is this game on?
Steam.
I assume it's on a PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might say no just because I don't have it in me to playtest.
Okay. I think realistically what this usually means in terms of Steam stuff is play it, and if you notice any bugs, you just report it.
I see.
But
I see.
It's not like you're actually QAing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Anyway.
Who up?
I don't really have much, to be honest, because I had the bar exam. So I was preparing for that. And then in the days after that, I had to cram some stuff so I could guest on Fate Moon Archive recording yesterday. Which meant reading some more.
What were y'all talking about?
One Route in White Album 2, and also the Studio Dean Unlimited Blade Works movie.
Oh no!
That movie is a fucking mess.
I had a good time with it just because it's like, this is not going to be a coherent story. This is going to be a bunch of set pieces.
It does have my favorite version of Emiya. I think the version of Emiya in that movie is really good.
Okay, right. I'm gonna judge your taste right fucking now.
I think it's called Emiya Ver 2 or something. I can't remember what it's called.
Emiya Ver 2. Is it Kenji Kawai?
I believe so.
Okay, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works OST, Emiya Kenji Kawai Ver 2. Okay, I'm listening to this. You may continue talking, Mal.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the show like a decade ago. So, you know. Yeah, I don't really have much to add because, you know, it's like, well, there's not... This is a thing you watch if you're a fan of the thing and just like, hey, I want to see some set pieces. And I guess if you don't have the time to watch a whole ass show, you can do that, I guess. You know.
Now, I don't think I would have enjoyed it, and I don't even really particularly care for the route as a whole. I really wish they would have adapted the third route at that studio just to see.
Just to see.
What they would have done.
Yeah, you get Heaven's Feel instead.
I still have only watched the first of those.
I mean, what I say? Yeah, you get the movies. Yeah. I still need to actually read Fate, which is another funny aspect in all this.
It's, you know, so does everyone. Have
you considered how like confusing it is to get into Fate? It's the most baffling anime series ever.
It has never been less confusing to get into Fate. The Fate Stay Night remaster and Hollow Ataraxia remaster currently on sale on Steam.
Fate is another... Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, I brought this up on the Fate Moon Archive recording. The way people talk about Fate sometimes is like people trying to get into Gundam with watching as little Gundam as possible.
Fate is another very funny case for me of... I need to stop doing this with VNs. I do want to read myself, but I have experienced 80% of all three routes of Fate Stay Night via someone else's Discord stream of it.
Which means... I've never played Danganronpa 1 and 2 myself, and I've just experienced it through others. So I'm good, but also I played 3, so I'm fine, you know. It's chill.
It's one of those things where it's like, well, this is now lower on my priority list, but I do also... I have just enough gaps to feel uncomfortably comfortable being like, yeah, I read it, you know? Like it's such a weird, like I have the same way with Rumbling Hearts, where I'm just like, but
this is an acceptable version of Emiya. I will give you that.
Okay.
What's
your Emiya of choice?
If I could replace every version of Emiya that has ever been played with the original Emiya, not Rialto Newer Emiya, the original Emiya from the version that had pornography in it, I would, in a heartbeat. I would push that button.
I see.
It bangs.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Brad, what you been up to?
Oh, you're gonna have to put me down again, gamers.
Oh no.
I've done nothing this weekend. Well, I caught up on work, but I'm gonna send a photo in the group chat.
It's gonna be a heinous image.
It will be. This is my Gundam the trading card game deck.
I see. with the Hathaway logo. I see.
Yeah, I got the Mafty cards. I imported these.
Fucking hell.
Because all of the official ones that are available in America are one, out of print and expensive. So if I'm gonna spend the money anyways, I might as well spend like $5 more to get ones I actually want.
I see.
And this game's fun. I'm having a really good time. Now, I have unfortunately learned I don't really think I have a local scene for this. If I do play this in person, I'm either going to need to make a trip of it on a weekend, which I'm not against doing every now. You know what I mean? Like, just to say I did it. I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to do this summer. I might do it, and then just, that might take me to... It might take me to towns and cities that are a little out of the way that, like, I'm sure I could find other stuff to do or visit or other shops to be like, hey, what's going on here, And, local hobby shops can be cool places just to hang out or whatever. So I'm not entirely against doing it. But, like, if I wanted to have, like, a regular, like, every week or every other week, I'm going to the Gundam card game hangout, I don't got that in my area. Which is a bummer. Fortunately, Wingtable exists, which is a online program that you can use to fight against the AI using decks you build, made by fans. Specifically made by fans for people to test out, like, hey, before I buy all these cards, how does this deck actually work? And, like, if you support them on Patreon, you get to, like, toggle the AI to, like, adapt its play style to, like, be more human-like and stuff, which is, like, kind of neat. And then there's also Mobile Suit Arena, which is another fan-made thing that is entirely PvP focused, has, like, ranked and casual queues, has a leaderboard on the homepage, where you also
casual
just, like...
what?
True. Casual queue is what this segment of the show is called.
Yeah, exactly.
But they also have, like, a Patreon thing where you get some bonus features for that. But between these two programs, you can just entirely enjoy this game from the comfort of your browser of choice. And just play around and, like, make decks with all the different cards that they have out, which is pretty cool. I like how this game works a lot. Now, I don't go here. I am not historically a card game person. I would say I have the average amount of card game experience as most nerds
Brad
do.
keeps his magic ungathered.
Yes. I have a fairly standard experience with card games. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I dabbled with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon as a kid. Pokemon was mostly just looking at the cards and not actually playing the game. And then, you become an adult, and then because of a cute woman almost get into Magic the Gathering, then you buy a bunch of cards you don't need.
Wasn't it again? He's been on the podcast. You talked about it before.
The social justice deck. It was.
Okay.
It was everyone. Yep. It didn't have a despicable name at all. But yeah. I'm not really like a card game connoisseur. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm having a lot of fun with how Gundam works. I think there's just enough flavor in how the cards represent the series. And I think it's really neat. So basically, to give like a basic rundown, you have 5 colors like in Magic. They're mostly the same, but there's like slightly different colors. I think like black was replaced with purple. And they all fill different roles. You want to make a deck that's either all one color or 2 colors. You can kind of, it seems like, dip into like a third color if you want to, but it seems like it's very frowned upon and very situational. And the way it works is that you have different series represented, but more specifically, you have different factions, and all of the different cards have like a tag. So, like, for example, just taking a look at my deck, it's like the Messer Commander type has the Mafty tag. And you can link it with a Mafty Pilot card. And if you do that, it basically means that as soon as you put it out on the field, it gets to attack right away. And a lot of cards have effects that say stuff like, oh, when you link this unit with, you know, the appropriate, like, pilot card, a special effect plays out, stuff like that. So you're really encouraged to basically think about, 1, what type of deck do I want to build in terms of playstyle, and 2, what are the different Gundam factions that have cards out that I can use to make, you know, different things happen that support the type of playstyle I want. So the one I have here is like a Mafty deck, but the one that I'm starting to build out, I probably will need to buy a couple singles for, is I have a deck that is all League Militaire themed.
Ooh.
Okay.
That is basically, what if you put out a bunch of different versions of the Victory out on the field, and then when you pair it with pilot cards, or as they get destroyed in battle, they summon the little flying parts, and those can't directly attack the enemy player, but you basically fill the board with a bunch of little annoying guys to harass the enemy.
I like the idea of a boots mechanic.
Yes, it's awesome. And then you get even more fun stuff, like other cards like Marbet, which when she's out on the field and she's attached to a League Militaire unit, every League Militaire tagged card or token you have on your field gets +1 to attack. So suddenly those little annoying parts flying around are a little bit more of a threat when they're doing 2 damage apiece instead of 1. And you kind of can snowball that way. The other component of this deck is kind of cross-series, which is a little bit rare, but sometimes you get. It's a Cyber New type deck. Where between Enhanced Human.
That's always such the weirdest translation choices.
It really is. You know what's really funny? The Enhanced Human from G-Witch is in the deck and does not have the Cyber New type tag. Or it is in the card game, but does not have the Cyber New type tag.
That's fine.
It doesn't count. But between Rosamia and her Mark II and the girl from G-Quox, the fake 4 whose name I'm forgetting.
Why would I remember who she is?
Do, I think her name is.
The one who was on screen
2.
for like 2 seconds?
Yeah, and
She
then
got
she explodes.
like 2 lines.
Yeah. Those 2 lines are bangers, let me tell you. And also Gates Kappa G-Quox version, which is shockingly an important card in my deck because he has the Cyber New type tag.
Oh my god.
But the part of that deck is like summoning various versions of the Psycho Gundam, which when paired with a Cyber New type are big damage dealers. So I have a lot of League Militaire cards that are all about like being tiny and summoning a bunch of shit onto the field and harassing, and then using those to tide me over until I can use my Psycho Gundams to like get big damage and really crush enemies, which is fun. It's a lot of fun. I want to build a second deck, which I have like I'd say a third of the cards for, just from the various like booster boxes I bought. I should say, the way I really got into this is I dabbled with the starter decks after I learned how to play, and I was like, let me just buy a couple of the like booster boxes for the last 2 sets and see what I can make that's like relevant in the meta right now. Like let's just see what I can work with off those two purchases. And I think what I can do next is I can get a Barbados Lupus control deck started. And I really like the flavor. So like the way that a lot of the Tekiden cards work is you have various flavors of Barbados and like the little shitty mobile workers. And a lot of their cards are like, oh, when this is summoned onto the field, deal 1 damage to one of your units, and then in turn deal 1 free damage to the enemy unit. And it's a lot of just like death by 1,000 cuts type stuff, which is awesome. I think they did a good job of translating the unique components of the different mobile suits in different series into little like structures. And I think the fun approach to this like series, from what I found compared to say my time with Magic or like, you know, a little bit of time I spent with Yu-Gi-Oh, is a lot of the advice boils down to figure out what pilot cards you want to build your deck around, and then go from there. And I think that's a lot of fun. So yeah. Rest in peace, my wallet. It was a good one.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm curious about the Gundam, not the Gundam. Well, I guess it's kind of Gundam, but like the Ultraman card game. I've heard that's different and stuff.
Is it also a band? Well, I guess.
Of course it is.
Yes, yeah. So the thing I've also heard from my friend who was a Digimon player and is now getting into the Gundam card game with me, there's a lot of core mechanical stuff between those games that overlaps. And in general, there are a lot of people that play these, like the Bandai card games, just because they're a fan of how the rules work, like the core mechanical structure of it, which I think is interesting.
I'm curious, because like, you know, not a game I've played, but I watched the show of it. Battle Spirits is another Bandai card game, but like, I got a friend at Locals gave me the impression that maybe the Gundam card game is doing something weird, like it sounds like a fast-paced game from what he described it, to try and like mechanically integrate the color timer, which sounds interesting to me. So it does strike me as interesting that I feel like almost every card game except Yu-Gi-Oh just copies the Magic for a colors thing.
Yeah, I think it's an easy thing to do to give someone a way in. Yeah. Like, because I definitely felt this looking at Yu-Gi-Oh decks as a kid when I wanted to, like, you know, that brief window of time where I was like, I want to make a really good deck. And it's like,
I want to be just like Seto Kaiba.
I'm going to be Kaiba. And then it's like, where do I even begin? You know, like, the color thing is at least like, oh, well, you don't want to just put in everything, or else you're not going to be able to get any sort of like momentum.
Bushi Road, but like Vanguard is also like has a color thing going on with different factions. So,
okay? I gotta give the coolest card game thing I've seen so far is that there is a very cheap Zaku 2 FZ token, which is the one from War in the Pocket, that you can slap a Bernie token onto.
Brad, this is a Commonwealth podcast. I believe it's FZ.
True. But they made it so that if you have enough other dead Cyclops cards in your discard pile, the more powerful Bernie's buff gives when he's linked up to the Zaku. And also, he gets to summon 2 Santa tokens, and as long as the inflatable
tokens?
Yes, because remember when he summons the inflatable Santa balloon during the fight?
It's been a while since I watched War in the Pocket.
Yes,
yeah.
As good. long as the Santa tokens are on the field, he is impervious to all damage.
That's great.
I'm like, this is awesome. They're having a lot of fun with this.
So, like, is each color like a different show / faction?
No, not necessarily.
That sounds like it'd be crazy.
No, because there's only 5 colors, so it's like the different factions will be associated with one color. Like Tekiden is purple, Mafty is red, But then like Earth Federation tends to be blue, but there's some exceptions to that where like I think Titans is Titans is also blue, but it can vary per series what the color is, but a lot of the times the faction will all be one color.
All right. I am gonna mention one thing about the Keeleys. They served a purpose. They served a purpose this year, and that purpose is categorization. We can now very efficiently categorize every streamer, every VTuber into those who did and did not recognize Tupac.
That's so fun. I went on a roller coaster with that game and its trailer stuff where I was like, the Kiwami 3 stuff was really gross, but like this game does seem kind of interesting. Maybe we'll see what they're doing here. And then it's like, we're bringing out the digital corpse to meet puppeteer Tupac with his estate that's not actually owned by his family. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't.
Yeah.
I'll listen to that song. It's a banger, but
I definitely
I'm playing this shit.
have felt like, oh man, I wanted to play the Yakuza games, and I'll do that after I get to Shenmue. And now I'm like, I can.
Yeah,
I can take my time with actually getting to those games. I think I don't need to rush.
You and me both.
Truly, one of the funniest things I've ever seen is the video game Tupac steps out of the shadows and Mori Calliope loses her mind and says like, oh my god, I guess he's alive. And then Koseki Biju next to her, like a little bit later says, so he's like a dead rapper? It's like, is he not alive?
That's her redemption from the time she called Riza RZA.
Uh-huh.
RZA.
Anyway. Yeah, there we go.
No, she didn't say that.
That feels violent.
I was
that
quoting.
Feels violent.
I was quoting.
Hold on a second, there's something I wanted to find that I retweeted.
Okay, I'm holding.
Yeah, this tweet here, in response to whatever they're doing over there.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
People complaining about Tupac in Stranger Than Heaven are really proving that they never listened to his music. And then there's a Lyric Genius screenshot where the lyrics say, after I die, please wait 30 years, then use future technology to digitally recreate my face and voice to make me say things I never said in a game set in Japan in the 1900s.
It's what he wanted.
This is from King Epic 22. Thank you. Credit to the artist.
Credit to the artist.
So that's it. Do we have any emails?
We do.
Okay.
We got 2 somehow.
Again, what the hell is going on?
Well, I think Mothra Fanboy sending one every week, and then someone else sends another one.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, this one's a short one from the V Productions. Just saying, about time we finally escaped the skis, the folktales, and the misogyny of the show era.
Yeah. I mean, I don't expect the Heisei era to not have misogyny, but
we had women shopping this episode.
You can trust women were shopping this. You can trust us that we will be tracking the changes in the styles of Tsuburaya's misogyny as the years go by. You can put your faith in us. We will be doing that.
It'll ebb and flow and change with the times, like all things do.
Yes.
We will be marking when Tiga says cancel culture.
Uh-huh.
I got back to Tamers with my friend the other day. That lion.
Uh-huh.
Rip.
Yeah.
Something about fate.
Stay Night. On sale.
On Steam.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you very well. Mothra Fanboy with Gridman 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Hello HQ, Gridman is still pretty amazing. I'm really enjoying the dynamic between the characters and their families. I think that has been the best thing about the show so far is that the parents and siblings are real.
Yeah.
We talk about the brother stumbling into like a fucking Home Alone trap of his own design.
He's his deal is like he was like inserted so late into the cast that he feels fake to me.
Yeah, that's why it took me a bit to,
I
like,
realize he's. Yeah.
That's why I forgot to give him an actor credit until like this week. I was like, wait a minute, it's probably included. Episode 10 was pretty good. I thought the environmental message was really well done. It took the problem seriously. The ending was nice too. I also found something really funny about Takeshi just having a giant stock of water bottles. A giant stock of water bottles.
Yes. It was good.
Hugh Naoto harassing Ippei with a crayfish.
Yeah.
Episode 11 was also pretty fun. I thought it was a pretty cool idea for an episode. I think the show does surprisingly well at teaching lessons to children, with this episode offering a great one that money doesn't let you control people. Well, unfortunately.
Money shouldn't let you control people.
Rating on a curve, etc.
Yeah.
Episode 12 actually might be my favorite of the batch. The show is also surprisingly good at being goofy. I thought Marty was actually just trying to sell things for his company. Was really good. Plus, having an interesting idea, and oh my god, they gave him a Super Sentai giant robot. What? Anyway, really good episode. Random question they have. What kind of pizza does Alien Pole specifically like best?
Which one's Paul?
The really small guys
the
talking shit,
guy.
causing an ice age.
My favorite guy.
Oh, right. They love a pepperoni pizza because they look at the pepperonis like they're little pizzas on the pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty good answer.
But now, do they like the flat pepperoni or the cupped pepperoni?
The cup.
They call canisters.
That's a
This
deep
is a
hole.
centuries-old bit.
That's a deep one. That you scraped that out of the fucking inner
Mel's
recesses
ability
of my mind.
to recall jokes from 3 years ago is crazy to me.
That was a cup.
I think I'm gonna go with the canister pepperoni for them.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email.
Dearest listener, that was a Bionicle joke from years ago.
They come in cups.
They don't come in cups. They're not.
You can
cups.
drink out of. You can drink out of it.
You can drink out of a fucking like trash bin lid.
You ever? Maybe that's a cup. Who can say?
This podcast is over. If you want to follow us online, you can do so. We are still technically on Twitter. We are at ultra_QUEUE. We're also on Blue Sky. We're a little more active where we are ultra_QUEUE, no underscores on Blue Sky. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. Mel, your plugs.
You can send an email to ultraqpod@gmail.com. We have a coffee, UltraQ Fund. That pod on Ultraman Great on We Could Be Watching is out, so you can listen to it. That Fate Archive will probably be out in July. So, it'll be a bit. But otherwise,
All
right.
Nice.
Also, don't forget.
Oh.
You went. Let Brad go.
You can find me at Beinvoked. That's BEINVOKED. I want a pizza now. I'm gonna get a pizza for lunch.
Next week, remember, it's Detour Quarry.
Next week is Detour Quarry. So I gotta watch a movie.
Yeah.
Do I use this as an excuse to watch the Red Spectacles again?
Do it.
One of my favorite bits from the Red Spectacles pod is when we started the recording again and you were like, yes, I watched the movie in the past 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And Brad was talking about something that I remember.
Yeah. All right. That's a fucking podcast. We will see you next week for Stray Dog. And then the week after that, we'll be back to this shit. 3 more episodes of Gridman. Bye for now.
See you, everyone.
Later. Thank you, Ravenville.